Hey guys, hope you're doing well and keeping safe. This video is going to be a long one. I recommend getting a cup of tea, settle down, get comfortable, and let's get ready to learn some few things.
I wanted to share some few tips that I've learned over the years with you. I realized that I've picked up a lot of tips and tricks doing makeup and freelance makeup for the past 5-6 years, and these things that I've learned, I never knew them before when I was just doing makeup on myself. And yeah, for some people this video is probably going to be like, basic things, like nothing new, nothing special. But for me, it took me a long time to learn some of these things, and I know that these things are going to be relevant to you because I've come across a lot of people who have asked me certain questions that are similar to these, and so I'm hoping here that these tips are going to be helpful to you. I don't want to be insensitive to the time, so I'm just going to address this. For those of you who are home and don't know what you should be doing with your life, especially in this isolation lockdown period, listen, prayer should be your thing. Pray, stay prayed up, keep strong, gear up, like prepare for what's about to happen. I believe there's going to be a lot of promotion, a lot of open doors, a lot of opportunities that are going to spring up in the season, right after this season, really. So I encourage you to prepare, learn as much as you need to learn. If you need to learn about Microsoft Office, Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, whatever, jump on Skillshare. I don't know why I'm promoting them. I know they're useful and I've seen a lot of videos about them. It's not a sponsored video, by the way. Jump on LinkedIn Learning. Again, this is not sponsored. Try and learn as much as you can in this period. And if it's keyboard you need to learn, if it's your vocals you need to improve on, whatever you're doing, listen, amass a lot of knowledge and equip yourself spiritually. Equip yourself emotionally, be strong, equip yourself academically, and prepare for what's about to happen. Because listen, a huge doors of opportunity, I should say, plural, okay, are going to be opened after this season of lockdown, and only the prepared will thrive in the next season. So I encourage you, just be strong and prepare, and just gear up for what's about to happen in the next future. And while you're at home, like I said, pray up, eat healthy, be strong, try and better yourself in this period. And obviously learn some of these tips that I'm going to share with you, practice them, and by the time you reach out, freelancers, listen, you're going to be in for money, okay? Let's not go into that too much. I'm going to go straight into it. These are some of the tips. I don't know how many I'm going to be sharing it because I feel like I've got a lot of ideas in my head, and I did write some of them down, but I do believe that as I go through this video, some of the tips will spring up in my head, or come to mind, I should say. First tip I want to share with you is something I learned maybe the hard way. If you're selecting a foundation or concealer, actually let's stick to foundation for now. The best way to identify the type of foundation that's good for your skin is finding the one that matches your face exactly. And if you want something, if your neck is like light like my body and your face is slightly darker, what I recommend is try and smudge it across here, smudge it across here in between your jawline, and see how it translates from here to there, and see what color you can get between your face and your neck. That will be the perfect shade. The whole point is to put the foundation on your face and have it disappear completely without anyone being able to tell that you've got something on, because the whole goal of it is to make sure that it looks like skin, okay? That being said, there are times in it that you're going to go darker or you're going to go lighter. Again, adjust your shade. I would recommend that you have like maybe 1 to 3 shades of foundation that will last you a whole year if you want to be wearing makeup. And I believe that you can even use some foundations over 12 months, but on average, at the bottom of the foundation, normally, I can't find the foundation here. Let's show you this Bare Minerals one I've got here. Basically on the bottom, normally it tells you, or even on the back here, like right now, this one's got 12 months on there. I don't know if you can tell, but normally you should be able to use it up to 12 months. And sometimes if you're like somebody who goes out quite a lot, you will be able to use this within a short period of time, and obviously get another bottle to replace it. This is not my shade, by the way. It's just something I wanted to show you. So I believe that tip was to find the correct shade and make sure it disappears in your on your skin once you smudge it on, and obviously try and test it on your jawline so that it translates here as well as there. Second tip is when you're doing your eyebrows. I see that people get caught up in, you know, trends. They want to do feather eyebrows, whatever. Listen, find the eyebrow shape that fits your face, and find a shape that is long lasting and can translate into several different spaces. Like the same eyebrow that you use, yeah, or you wear, I should say, I don't even know whether to say use or wear, it should be able to travel into like a church environment, work environment, and be appropriate enough for almost all the spaces that you normally go into, rather than doing any weird, you know, eyebrow because you're following trends and ending up in the space. But if you want a normal, regular, everyday wear look, listen, find something that suits your face shape. I normally stick to my eyebrow shape is sort of, you know, the traditional one, like arched. Yeah, I'm kind of like oval / round, like maybe Scoville. I don't even know what kind of face shape I've got. But yeah, I just stick to these brows, and they've been working for years and years. And every now and then I switch it up depending on how I feel. But the whole point is to like use products that are exactly the same shade as your hair color. And fade it out naturally and let it have like a nice gradient. This is not exactly as faded towards here, like, you know, that umber look. It's not quite, because I don't really fancy that look over time. But this is what I stick to. I try and fill in with powder, and I use a brow gel sometimes as well. And then sometimes I use eyeshadow. You don't have to use a thick brown pencil, like you don't want to look dated, okay? So yeah, try and switch it up and maintain a face shape, or a brow shape rather, that will suit you always, okay? Another tip that I've noticed, when you're doing concealer, this is probably a bad example because the makeup I've got on, I didn't want to use too much, you know, but the dark circles, you know, the dark circles underneath your eye, or even that dip thing, normally when you use one concealer, it's not enough. So what I tend to do is I use layers or different shades of concealer, as long as the texture doesn't, you know, affect your creases, and it doesn't settle in, and it doesn't age you, you're fine to use 1 to 3 or even more, depending on, you know, what kind of look you're going for, where you're going. Just fill up, and once you layer it, that dip would literally just disappear. I wish I could show you, but I've already done my makeup, so yeah, can't show you. But test it out. Put one concealer down there, blend it out, put another layer. You will see the significant difference it makes to your look. And that's one tip that it took me a long time to learn. I thought, you know, you do your makeup, you know, you put your concealer on, one foundation, one everything, one. No. Nobody made those rules, okay? But when I started learning how to do makeup, I thought I had to stick to all these rules. So yeah, that's something, another thing I learned. The third, I believe it's the third or fourth point that I wanted to tell you about eyes. One thing I've noticed a lot here is a lot of people, they put on eyeshadow, maybe 1 or 2 or 3, and they don't blend it. And sometimes they blend it, but it's not blended well enough, and you can see the line of demarcation, or like, is it demarcation, whatever. Basically, you can see the line, or at what points the person stopped blending, and it just looks sharp and just bold across the eyes. It's not flattering, okay? Without sounding offensive to anybody. The whole point is to make the whole look seamless and look effortless. So this is what I've done right now. I've put foundation, you know, eyeshadow on, and I've got 3 foundations on. Excuse my lashes, I'm gonna peel it off actually. Let's try and do it so I can show you this properly. Ooh, it's a bit yeah. I've got 2 or 3 eyeshadows on, actually 4, okay? And I'm gonna try and show you even while I'm sat here. I believe I put Low Blow and Sauced, and then I put En Fuego and Ashes and He Devil, okay? These are all the looks that I've got on. Excuse the look over there. So I've got all of this, and I managed to put all those I think 5 eyeshadows in total, and I've blended it, and you could barely tell. And I probably should be doing, just to illustrate what the point I'm trying to show you now. And this is what I used for the look. So I used that one over there, the regular, I believe the low blow in the sauce, and I put it here. Yeah, and then after that I used another brush to get the ashes and the fuego, and then I meant to blend. You can literally tell, and obviously my lashes hid it a little bit, but you can tell that it stopped here. Normally you're supposed to do extra blending to the point where, I mean, these are no rules, obviously they're just recommended rules to make you look effortless for an everyday. The point is for you to like just blend it and make it look seamless. 10 extra seconds of blending, or 20 seconds extra blending on each eye will make a huge difference to your makeup look. Listen, I've seen so many people, and it's like sometimes I just want to be like, listen, hey girl, just do 10 seconds extra blending and you will look fabulous. Not that you don't look fabulous now, but it makes a huge difference. And it took me a long time for me to learn this, which is why I'm able to talk about it right now. And I didn't understand for a long time why I didn't look like some of the YouTubers online. Like, I didn't understand why my makeup look was not quite up to par. But yeah, like I said, I've had to learn it, and those extra 10 seconds and 20-second blending has made a huge difference. One thing that I've also noticed that a lot of people don't do is they don't line their eyes, or they don't put mascara on. If you put on a lot of eyeshadow on, and right now, I don't know if my mascara is here. Let's try and see if I can find it. It's not here, but let's say this eyeliner, yeah? If I literally just go in like that, yeah? Let me show you what difference that will make. And this is a regular pencil. See? It's given a bit of shape and dimension to my eye, and I can't. It would have been so much better, especially if I had liquid eyeliner. Oh yeah, I do have a liquid eyeliner here. Let me show you. And liquid eyeliner, I didn't just use one. I mean, I have just used one. And I'm gonna go over this with a Scandal one. This is a Scandal Eyes Rimmel One Precision Micro Eyeliner. Liquid eyeliners are the bomb, like literally. And what you would do normally is obviously try and stay. And can you see the precision? I don't know if you can see it. If you're observant, you see what's happened here. It's such a simple like gesture, yeah, but it makes a huge difference. And I don't want to ruin it here because it's difficult to like, yeah. And the whole point, I mean, you gotta be careful, you know, stretching your eyebrows, but listen, I literally do not age, so I can do whatever I want with my eyes. Yeah. And it's literally that look. And what you would do normally is, don't think this is such a bad eyeliner look that you're gonna start panicking and be like, oh, you know, I don't like the look, blah blah blah. You can simply just put on you know, micellar water and just use a cotton bud or wipe thing and just like try and get some precision on you. I can literally even attempt to do it with my finger, and see, I already extended my eyeliner without trying. I'm gonna try and do this eye as well while I'm here. I promise you, it makes a huge difference. And I was talking about eyeshadow, but it's these little efforts, yeah, that makes a huge difference to your makeup look without you even trying. And I don't know whether people are just lazy. I know for a fact me, I'm lazy sometimes when it comes to doing makeup. I'm a makeup artist, but I rarely have makeup on my face. And this is a slightly small, slightly different look as well. Let's try and, you know, get it a bit neat. But it's such a simple gesture, and it makes a huge difference in your look. I mean, I don't like this. This is a bit extreme, to be honest with you, but again, I'm trying to do it right in front of the camera. And what you would normally do is stick your lashes on. These tips here, even with the blended look, like, it's just so simple. A little bit goes such a long way. And if you can't get just your eyes, yeah, this little region, yeah, it makes a huge difference in how a woman looks. It adds so much like depth and beauty. And for me, most of the time that I've done makeup on people, is literally like when I get this bit right, that's when everything else is just like seamless, effortless, and the person is just like looking like super like, I want to say sexy, okay, or chic and just sophisticated and grown. And it's just a beautiful look, but it also maintains youth. Like, blend your eyeshadows, okay? I can't say any more than I've said right now. Another tip that I'm going to be sharing is how not to make your foundation look flat. Listen, if you've got foundation and you're putting it on, the whole point, there's this thing with foundation basically. When you put it on, sometimes you can look flat, and the way you can add dimension to it is by using 1, 2, or 3 different foundations. Again, I won't recommend it for everyone. See your skin tone, do your skin prep, and see whether you're dry and then use the appropriate foundation for it. And then once you get the foundation right, if you want to add extra dimension to it, highlight with a highlight and conceal. Sorry, highlight, and then my camera is doing a little bit. I don't know. Something just popped up. Anyway, try and highlight and obviously contour. It adds so much dimension to your face. Like this simple look that I've just done, it took me a little bit of what's it called? Putting that shadow here and there, and then highlighting this bit, and then putting the blush on, a little bit of highlighter here, you know. And it's changed my look so much from when I first started. I wish I could show you before, but a lot of people don't do that, and they just put, you know, the powder on or whatever on, and it's like they're finished, and it's like, why did you miss that step? If you want to look complete, like, do that step as well. Another thing I want to share with you is a tip that I learned the hard way. Before, when I do my makeup or other people's makeup, I used to miss the step of putting a powder on people's face. And what I'll do is, like, I'll highlight and then I'll conceal, under the eye, and then I'll use my Sasha or whatever powder. I've had different ones, you know, throughout the years, and then I'll highlight. And what I'll do normally is I'm meant to use a powder, and sometimes I forget. So this mineralized skin finish, if you don't use it after, or any other powder really, if you don't use it after to set the face properly, it leaves a flash or a highlight or some sort of feedback when you take a picture with the camera. So
this is what I mean by the feedback. Just look under the eye in this picture and you see exactly what I mean.
There's a shadow just come across here, and I don't know if you can tell. Can you see? And even this bit that I touched earlier when I was trying to do the liner, like all these things, they show on your skin, and sometimes we take these things for granted, but it will make or break your makeup look, and it will make a difference between somebody talking about your makeup or not. Yeah, so these simple little efforts. And then what I'm going to do is try and put this mineralized skin finish over the top as well, and it just makes a huge difference between like your makeup not looking like that feedback when you take a picture with a flash. Yeah, no, you don't want to look like a ghost. It's not a good look. Honestly, it took me such a long time to figure that out, and I don't know why I never clocked it. But yeah, that's something that I've learned. Another thing that I skipped before, I don't know if I mentioned it, is using a primer. If your skin is oily, get a primer that's like this one is Benefit the Pore Professional to minimize the appearance of pores. As soon as you put a primer on your face, which should be the last step you take after you've prepped your skin, and this is part of the priming prepping process, by the way, you put that last, and you will notice that it's going a little bit matte on your face, and there's like a velvety finish on the regions where you put this. I mean, you can put this in just your T-zone or in your entire face if you're a bit greasy or oily, I should say. And it makes a huge difference. I would want to talk about this as well. I realized that my time is running, and I'm going way past 5 minutes, as I promised. This is also good as well, strobe cream. I don't know exactly what benefits is that, but I know that there is something that it does to the face, and I haven't quite clocked exactly what it is. Listen, if you know, write in the comment below. Tell me exactly what this does so that I can monitor exactly what it's doing to my face and the face of other people that I use the makeup on. One final thing that I want to share with you, or maybe two. You know, when I've got this lipstick on here, and what I'm gonna do is take this lip gloss, and I've had this lip gloss for ages. As soon as I put this on here, can you see the sheen? This sheen, yeah, makes a huge difference to somebody's makeup look. It will make the difference between you looking tired, you looking older, and you looking youthful. Anytime you put gloss on your lips, it makes you look youthful. It adds a lot of youth. It creates the assumption that your lips are softer and youthful and just young, and people are attracted to that look. Don't ask me why, but the drier your lips look, or the more matte your lipstick looks, the more older it can tend to make you look, and the more vintage appeal it gives you. That saying now, I'm not saying it's a bad look. It's really nice, and it is obviously appropriate for certain things, which is why a lot of brands like Bare Minerals, they're creating lip products where you can, I believe I have one of their lipsticks, but I can't find it. Anyway, they give you matte lipsticks where it still leaves your lips soft and it's not dry to touch or test. Not that you should be going around testing girls' lips out, but like, instead of having that dry chapped feel, like, you know, those back in the day, you know, those old lip glosses and whatnot. And even MAC, some of their lipsticks are really dry, and like, if you're not careful, might chappy. But yeah, once you put the lip gloss on, it just adjusts the look completely. Another thing that I would say is liquid matte ones, like I've got the Huda Beauty one. It makes a huge difference. It can feel a little bit dry, and I'm not gonna lie to you, but yeah, it makes a huge difference. Switch things up. Like, you don't have to always be glossy, you can be matte as well. But if you're going for a certain appeal, then obviously, hey, change the lipstick to whatever you want. One final thing that I'll recommend is when you finish your makeup and you're going for a hydrating feel or a mattifying look, choose the right spray. Okay, finishing spray. And there are times that I've forgotten to use a mattifying spray and I've used a hydrating spray instead, depending on the skin type of the person whose makeup you're doing. So for me, my skin is a bit oily, like normal to combination skin, and I feel like maybe it's getting a little bit drier as I age. So this one, I believe, is it's just a regular makeup fixing spray. So what it is you literally, I'm sure you've seen it in a ton of videos, you just take it away from your face 20 to 30 centimeters away, and then just, and then what I normally do afterwards is I spray it, wait for a few seconds. I don't go in immediately, yeah? Give it a few seconds to set on your skin, yeah? And then you go in with your highlighter. And I would normally, I mean, I've got several different highlighters. This is Alima Pure. This is Lumina highlighter, and ooh, this is pungent. I tell you, if you're not careful with this, yeah, you're gonna look like a ghost. And I've already got highlighters on before, from before when I did my makeup. Maybe that was the wrong point to put it on, really. But this is not appropriate for my skin tone because it is for like my fairer clients. But a little bit goes a long way, and for some reason I found that it helps when you put the setting spray on before you put it on. Somehow it makes a huge difference to your look, rather than you putting this one on before putting the, you know, setting spray on. And I don't know if you can tell, the camera is not picking up, it's not doing enough justice, okay? But yeah, it's one of those simple things that I've learned, and these tips took me so long to learn. I don't know why. And they're super basic as well, looking back on it now. So if you've picked something picked something from this video, leave a comment, say thank you, give me some tips, some things that could be useful to me, you know, my freelance career. And if you know what exactly this strobe cream does as well, leave a comment below. My whole look has completely changed from when I started this look with the lashes on it and it eventually coming off. But these ones, to reuse them, do not throw it away. You can reuse them, wash them, make sure they're clean, sanitize them, whatever you need to do. Alcohol, do not avoid them. It's just simple efforts. I just hope that some of the things that I shared with you were useful. I'm trying to think anything that I've left out, but if I do remember, I will share it at some point later in future. But yeah, as always, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for sticking with me throughout the video, and I'm hoping that I can produce more content related to makeup. Okay, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave me some nice comments and intelligent comments below. Okay, I will speak to you in my next one as always. Bye guys. Sorry, I'm just checking my look. Bye.